So this is a DVD copy of the movie Zodiac, and I purchased it legally. It's one of the few things that I have purchased legally in recent times. Being unemployed will do that. It'll cause you to not purchase things legally. Um, anyway, this DVD happens to have on it a lot of things, but it does not in any way actually tell you who Zodiac really is. Let's make a few points here. I had something in my eye, sorry. Number one, Zodiac was not Rick Marshall. Number two, Zodiac was not Arthur Lee Allen. I've got to remember the camera's over here, not over here. And number three, Zodiac was definitely not Jack Terrence. I know he wasn't even in the film, but I just figured we'd get that point out of the way first. So, I have a suspect to propose to you. It's a suspect that you probably never thought of before, but if you listen very carefully, it should be obvious. The number one Zodiac suspect is John Lennon on acid. Let's look at why. Reason number one, Zodiac was clearly influenced by something that most of us cannot comprehend in a normal state of mind. John Lennon on acid was on acid. Reason number two, if John Lennon on acid committed the crimes, it accounts for why Arthur Lee Allen didn't. He couldn't have committed the crimes, therefore, John Lennon on acid is at worst just as valid a suspect as Arthur Lee Allen. Reason number three, John Lennon states either cranberry sauce or I buried Paul at the end of Strawberry Fields Forever. Paul Stein's first name was Paul. Reason number four, Diamond D made the startling discovery that Mike Mageau knew Darlene Ferrin. John Lennon sang a song about Lucy, a girl who was in the sky with diamonds.
Hello everybody, I am author Robert Graysmith. I wrote the book Zodiac and another book called Zodiac Unmasked. They made a movie out of it. I have a cipher in my hand. If you look at the cipher, it kind of looks like the word kite is in there, as in being for the benefit of Mr. Kite off the Sgt. Pepper album. That's right. I also believe that John Lennon on acid was the Zodiac, and I can prove it in my new upcoming book, The Zodiac-Lennon Connection, that I haven't even started writing yet. I'm stealing all my ideas from Eric Becker. I made a lot of money. Blah, 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 blah. Goodbye.
By now you're probably saying, wow, there really is a Zodiac-Lennon connection, and Robert Graysmith is going to steal all of my ideas and write a book on it, or something. Anyway, my point is not to sue Robert Graysmith for plagiarism, because apparently that's kind of been done before. Something. My point is to prove to you without a doubt that John Lennon on acid was in fact the Zodiac. So your first question is, well, what the hell was John Lennon's motive if he was on acid? Exactly. John Lennon was on acid. And being on acid was his motive in and of itself. Number two, John, after staging that whole I buried Paul bullshit and the Paul is dead man, miss him, miss him, miss him at the end of the song I'm So Tired, except he recorded it backwards and at high speed or something. And, 28 If and all of that other. He was talking about Paul Stein because I can't verify it, but I was talking with Jackson in the chat room earlier, and we were suggesting that at the time that the Abbey Road picture was taken, Paul Stein would have been 28 years old. 28 If. They were saying that was about McCartney. Well, we know it wasn't about McCartney, but was it about Paul Stein? That's a really good question. Another thing is, he's got all this obsession, and then there's that whole sexual sadist angle. And, if you take Revolution 9 and you play it backwards, and you don't even need to, play it upside down and underwater, you can actually hear John Lennon saying, "Turn me on, dead man." Why is that? Is it because maybe, I don't know, maybe he was killing a bunch of people? Maybe he was, and maybe he was doing it on acid. And another thing, he's got all these, cut up pieces of bloody shirt. And, most people be like, oh my God, there's cut up pieces of bloody shirt. But John Lennon was on acid, and he could see the colors in the blood. I know, that's pretty deep. So, the next time that you're thinking about, who was Zodiac, consider John Lennon on acid, because I mean, there's at least as much evidence on that guy as there is on, I don't know, like Ted Kaczynski, or Bruce Davis, or Howard Davis. I mean, there's a few people that think Howard Davis was Zodiac, and I think that it's a little bit far fetched. Just because he's been digging up a bunch of other crimes, at worst, he's just as valid a suspect as Arthur Lee Allen. So, let's do a bit of wrap up here, and then we can get to the conclusion. My name's Dennis Kaufman. I'm the Zodiac researcher guy. I'm like trying to write a book. It didn't work, so I just kind of sold the cover. My stepdad is the Zodiac, and Diamond D is my best friend, and Johann MB1 is my other best friend. I like having friends. Hmm. Hmm. This pink frosting pretty good. Hmm. And that's gonna be like 300 calories right there. No wonder I put it on weight. There's still some left. Mmm. I gotta stop eating pink frosting. It's probably bad for me.